Well, we've conquered the Pasco. Now, a bit of a challenge there just to get through that part, but we've made it through. Now, the next challenge is getting past the rock.
Hey Rick, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got someone.
Well, I was a bit concerned about the little washout that we got here on the side, but I'm a bit more concerned about the rock I've got to get past here. I might have to get you to give me a bit of a spot round it. So what's happened is, obviously, this big rock here has come tumbling down the bank and plonked itself right there. But we're in trucks, so it's a lot tighter to get a truck past here than a four-wheel drive. I can see this side all right. Yeah, I can see this side. Really, yeah. Good?
Right at that? Yeah, perfect. Come up this way a bit of float. Right hand down now, right? You can see your
I still had a little bit more left.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I might be, it'll take me actually wider. Oh, I'll try and go straight a little bit.
Got a big rock on this left hand side.
Have I?
You got to turn
straight over it.
Hey? Just a bit tight here.
Maybe have a look at that back wheel. You're not going to run anything.
I'll go again, I'll try it again. You just tell me again how far up I can go. Because was I running up against that rock, was I?
Oh, you're going to.
So he's put a few rocks up beside this big boulder, and I'm going to try and take it on an angle and crawl it through.
Right, we've just come back up out of the Pasco and we're at the big rock that everyone has been talking about right in the middle of the track. And it is a beauty. It's very tight. Jamie just squeezed through there with a bit of guidance. So yeah, I'll creep up to it and see how we go. A few branches overhanging. So I'm going to hang well up to the left. Just as my rear wheel gets to it, I've then got to go a hard right just so I can push my rear toolboxes around it without hopefully doing any damage. So yeah, let's see how that plays out. Jamie's just giving me a spot there at the back, so slow and steady wins a race, hopefully. Too easy. So yeah, that's the part that everyone was talking about, saying that we might have a bit of trouble to get through. So yeah, through that one. Now push through the track, try and find a camp for tonight, and hopefully we'll get to a little creek further up that we camped at last year, and sit back, have a relax, have a beer, and camp there for the night.
The Frenchman's track isn't for the faint-hearted. You've got a mixture of everything, from bush to rocky terrain to corrugations to sand to nice beautiful stretches that you just cruise through. No trouble at all.
It's a tight, gnarly track. Very, very tight and gnarly. Of course, these are big trucks, but it's given them a real test out this year. A lot different to last year, but we're doing all right. Well, it's been a pretty long day today doing Frenchmans. We're driving into the evening now. It's about 5:30. The sun's starting to go down, and it drops pretty quick when you're up here. So another half an hour of sunlight and it'll be all over. But we still got probably, I'd say 30 kilometres until camp. So we'll be driving into the night tonight. Here we are, we've just got to the swampy part of Frenchmans, and I'm glad it's still not nightfall yet, so I'm not sure what we're in for here. Doesn't look too bad, but you never know, so we'll just take it easy.
On the Frenchmans, we got held up a bit on the Pasco. We picked a camp for the night, so we really wanted to get there, but unfortunately it was getting dark. So we were driving into the night on the Frenchmans. It was a good experience. All the lights are on, driving in, weaving in and out of the trees.
Yeah, look, we got heaps of lighting too. So that night run through the bushes there, it was lit up like a Christmas tree. It was nearly as good as driving during the day, if not better actually. So yeah, that was really good.
One of the things doing the Frenchmans at night, the shadows at the holes or the washouts cast, it can be deceiving. So you're really not sure how deep they are, or what's the one side, left or right, or even what's ahead, apart from one hole after the other. The good thing about the lights set up in the truck, we got low lights, high lights, so it sort of gave it, you're covered for conditions driving at night, so we could heads up what was coming up. It was a good experience in the end.
You know, we're using light force for lighting, and on mine, I've got 7 lights just on the front of it, so I can see where I'm going anytime.
Jamie and I camped in the same spot last year. Nice little creek where there's a little concrete causeway, I suppose you'd call it. And yeah, pulled up camp there, and it was only a short run the next day over to the Wenlock crossing. So yeah, it was a good camp that night.
So we finally get into camp, and it wasn't too late at all. We still had time to cook up a good feed, sit around a campfire, listen to John tell us some lies, and have a drink or two. You know, it was great. Well, this would have to be my 5th time doing Frenchmans, and I've got to say, every single time I've camped right here. Now, the very first time we were actually going from the west to the east and got stuck in this. Now, it wasn't a good time at all. We didn't feel real great, and we ended up camping right here. Now, the camp here, there wasn't all this area, so we were just basically in the track and just set up here. But now there's tracks all around, so you can actually bypass the hard part here and go that way, just over a little bridge over the other side, because the trucks won't fit in there. It's too narrow. It's just too narrow in there. The trucks are just too wide. Yeah, over there we had a nice little area where we all sat and just chilled out for a little bit. We've got a beautiful flow on it. You can see where they put the old wooden bridge in, the old sleepers and whatnot down there. So that was the only way, just this one way round here, and then they put this one in, and then we've got the bypass which is over this side. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, we're traveling east to west. So the next one for us is the Wenlock, which who knows what's going to happen there, because the last time we managed to get out no problems. The time before that, it was a winch every vehicle out. So, you know, you never know until you get there. But that's the fun of it all. Oh, I've got a green ants nest, and John is a practical joker. I think he's pulled a prank on every single person here, if not once, 10 times.
Anyway, I've got an old green ant nest. It's not alive, there's no one in it. Hopefully he's sitting in his truck and then I'll just throw it in his lap. See how he likes it.
Oh, lucky it's a dead one. Hey, I got me Mortinos prepared. Where is it? Bring it on, man.
Just heading down into the Wenlock. Sort of a bit of a steep descent down when you're coming from the east to the west. Not too bad, but we've got the other part of it where the water is just over the next horizon. You know, if you haven't done the Frenchman's track, it's definitely something you've got to do. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not always for people with trucks, but in a four-wheel drive, motorbike, however you want to do it, push bike, it's still well worthwhile. There's some beautiful swimming holes along the way. Of course, be careful of crocs. Oh, look at that, it's just beautiful. I love it.
Got to the Wenlock. The water level of Wenlock was quite low, so that was the easy bit, getting across the water.
As you come down the hill, it looked similar to last year. Wasn't deep at all, so there was no concern there.
So we slowly entered down into the Wenlock. We've looked across. It's actually not that deep, so it's not too bad. So we've looked across. I've driven across to the other side, and then I've called Rick up and I've said, look, I reckon we get out of the trucks and go and have a look at the exit to see which one we're going to take and how hard it's going to be.
So Rick, I don't believe we're going to be able to get through the left there. There's a big log.
No, that's that one's out for us. Let's see what the right there's got to offer, eh?
Well, the right was what we done last year.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
You in the big 79.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll be taking that one. As you can see, that's pretty nasty and gnarly. Now we'll be taking that one right there.
So, looks much like it did last year, Jody.
Yeah. What do you reckon yours is going to go like up here?
I don't think it'd be any dramas.
Yeah?
Probably be a bit rocky and rolly.
Yeah.
Between the sides and stuff, but yeah.
What are you going to do? What gear?
Oh, I think I'll just go low range first and just crawl up there nice and slow.
Yeah.
Yep. No use going bang crash. Just crawl and see how she goes.
Yeah. No, I reckon that's the way.
Yeah. Who's up first?
Yeah, I'm up first, so I may as well get the big girl up here.
No
Or
worries.
try anyway.
No worries. I'll see you go.
Mm-hmm.
We got out, had a look at the exit. The couple of exits on the Wenlock has got a reputation, can be quite difficult. Rick and Jamie went up and had a look, picked their point.
Now the challenge here is it does look quite daunting to anybody, whatever you're in. So you just got to be committed because this is your only way out. Otherwise you've got to go return and go back the other way and hope you get out the other way. Either way, if you're here, you should have a winch just in case, or somebody with a snatch. Because you'll see there's some really steep parts and there's a big hole. I've got to watch both because I'm quite long, but not only long, I've got to go around the corner. Oh yeah, piece of cake. But you can sort of see how I've dropped into these holes, I've picked up hills, and then I've stalled. Just right there, right where you don't need to stall.
Oh, here comes Jamie, coming up out of the Wenlock. Let's see how the big girl goes. He's got a bit of speed up there. Got a bit of wheel there.
careful.
Hold it, Jamie.
And so I popped her into second, took off, all was good, all was going well. I get to the top and I just nearly got over the edge and then I stalled her. Oh, what a downer that was. Oh, Jono, here he comes. Get that big bus going. Yep, that's John. You're probably wondering how he ended up in this situation. Well, it just so happens he didn't select the right gear. Put it first gear. Pulled the handbrake on, so it stopped me, which was great. Couldn't do that in the canter. She'd roll right back to the bottom and I'd have to start again. Anyway, so I've done a handbrake start.
So what happens is I've got to try and take off from here. Got a lot of weight here. And there we go. So I actually done a handbrake start on the top of the hill.
Ah, too easy. Look at that. You come very close to this tree here with the mountain, so I think I'll go try a little bit steadier, just see if it will crawl up there, see how them lockers go.
So I come around the corner, I could hear the revs, and I thought, oh look, I reckon I can do this in second. Come up there in second gear, got to the top, and then I've stalled. So it's like one of those things, I want to go back down now and try it in first gear to see how that is. See how Rick goes.
Righto, crawling back out of the Wenlock. Jamie's gone up without too much drama. So yeah, my turn to see how we go.
All right, here comes Rick. I can hear it purring away. Now, he's just seen me come up here. I was in second gear. We'll see what he's gonna do.
Anyway, here we go, we're into it. Slow and steady, hopefully wins the race here.
Oh, look at that. Oh, no dramas at all.
Look at that, too easy, just crawl up. I love these trucks. That's so cool to get a big machine like that up there. That's good fun.
Great drive, well done. Was that first gear or second?
First gear, mate, it's crawling up there, up the 38.
Last time we drove the Frenchman's track, it was a lot drier. So very different to last year. So you never know what to expect. You can't take it for granted. It's going to be the same as last time you drove it.
The trucks have been absolutely brilliant on the Frenchmans. I mean, there's nothing that's caused them really any grief. It's been a bit tight in places. So I did touch a tree on the passenger side, just on the back corner. Wasn't too bad. Other than that, I don't think the canter got, I might have got a battle scar just on one corner as well, you know, but nothing major at all. They worked an absolute treat for going down a normal four-wheel drive track.
Well guys, we hope you enjoyed this episode. And remember, if you're after any of the great gear such as Oz Tent, Evercool, Maxtrax, be sure to check out our Exploring Off the Grid shop or call in and see us here in Butterberg.